Hello, YouTube. This is Mickey D with episode 82 of Stationeers. And there we go. So it's been a couple days since last episode. I've had a lovely cold, the lovely cold season. And I realized we've got to change these. So yeah, at the end of last episode, we tried to pressurize the base. I decided to leak a whole bunch of air. Saving and reloading the world fixed it. But yeah, we lost a lot of O2. We were getting kind of low anyway. So we've got to go mining here in a bit to get some O2. Plants are still doing good. And but before we do that, I went to redo this whole gas smelting system. I don't like it being inside the base. Too much of a chance that it'll leak. And we might actually have, I think I processed it. We had some oxides. I think I've already taken care of all of those. Yeah, I think these belts are just, oops, wrong one. Actually, we should just set it over there. Pretty sure these belts are all empty. All set for the next mining run, basically. There was a couple of bug fixes in the last couple days. Nothing earth-shattering, nothing, new machines or anything like that. They did fix that pesky error that we ran into where it wouldn't let the save load from the duplicate reference IDs. Yeah, random block colors. I don't know what is up with that. So they did fix that. And supposedly, let's see if there's any improvement on it or not. Supposedly there's solar panels were causing FPS to drop. Doesn't really, I don't know if it maybe only applies outside when you're looking at them, whatnot. Obviously we get a lot higher FPS outside. Inside the base kind of kills the FPS. But yeah, it doesn't really seem much of a improvement. As you can see, we've got all the returns turned off, except for the slow filtration ones, and we're only about up at 16 kPa. So, hey, David, how you doing? And yeah, we've got 4.8 kPa in that's basically just what's running through the system. And unfortunately now when the base leaks, since we have the Martian atmosphere, even though it's lower pressure, it still contaminates the base. So yeah, that's going to take a while to run. And yeah, there's still stuff everywhere. I haven't played it all. I basically slept for like 20 hours for over the last, the other Monday, Tuesday. I went to work today, so still not feeling great, but doing okay. And yeah, so we've got to address the O2, and before we do that, basically putting a hold on everything else because we have no O2, or very little amounts. So I want to rip this out and move this kind of like outside, and kind of work up a better system for it, since, basically right now, if it spills, then it basically drops whatever it is in the base. So if it's water, it ends up trying to flood the basement area, battery room, electrical room, whatever we want to call that. And if it's gases, then obviously it just evaporates and contaminates the base atmosphere. So I don't like this. I mean, granted, we could put a door on here or something and seal it off, but then we're just going to contaminate this area. I mean, honestly, we could just do, if we want to be really kind of quick fix on it, is throw a door on it, throw a return vent, and anything that evaporates gets sucked up into there. Actually put it on the floor, because if there's water, it will puddle up. But I'd rather just move it outside, not even have to deal with the issue. Since the base is pressurized, it basically makes this kind of pointless. So we can pull that out and repurpose that area for something else. Which honestly, for now, we'll just kind of block it off and just save it for when we want to put, something on here. So my thought is move it outside, and which we're going to need some pipes to do that. Which we're going to need quite a bit of pipes. So that's the first thing we're going to do is grab some pipes. Oh, yeah, one other change they made, which I do kind of like, is now on, if you're in the middle of making something and you exit the world and you come back in, the machines remember what they were doing. So they'll basically, like, if you've got it pumping out frames, you exit and leave, come back, and it'll still be pumping out frames. So very nice. I'm just going to load up on these because we're probably going to need quite a... we should take some steel frames too. And maybe we'll take... I'm not sure how I want to really lay this out. I'm just going to kind of wing it. And I'm not sure exactly what all capabilities I want it to have. Let's see, what's our suit battery at and stuff before we... we'll go ahead and change everything out. Just since, we're going to be out there. And what's our jetpack? We'll go ahead and top everything off real quick. And then we don't have to worry about anything. O2, and not really much greater. Yeah, lovely, no O2. All right, that should be good. So now we've got this back here. I don't really want this back here. We've got quite a few different spots outside we can tie it in. So we'll run out there. And see where we can go. We should be able to tie in any of that return line running all the way around. And if we have time in conjunction with this, we might do the small tank outside. Well, actually, large tank outside. Maybe we'll stick it kind of in the same area, because we could have it drop right into the large tank. I mean, there's not really any reason not to. And if we wait for our airlock, yeah, I think we're going to try putting some more vents in here. I'm thinking about putting a line around the top up there and see if that, we can speed up this airlock any. So many things to do. Just pick away at stuff. Oh, come on. Really? Hello? Hey, thank you. Yeah, we gotta fix that too. You know what? I might do that real quick. Thankfully, none of that seems to be like getting any worse. Whatever caused it seems to have, just caused it, and then that's it. We just have some random like purple blocks and yellow blocks and whatever color. All right, so this can come out as well. That's in with that system. And I'm kind of thinking about, there's our radiator. See, we can tie in anywhere on this line. Yeah, anywhere on this line. And anywhere on that line. That's all the return line. So I'm thinking about actually just, I should have brought my drill out with me. I was thinking about doing something like off over here. And then we can tie into this. Yeah, we kind of need the drill. We got to flatten this out a little bit. Um, alternately, we could do something over here and kind of fill in that big hole. Uh, either way would work, though the line's already over here, so we don't have to snake it over to the other side. Because that tank, let's see, 1, 2, 3. That tank basically sits on the other side of this block, so this comes right into that tank. So we could set the big tank over here, maybe set it out a little bit. I kind of like to, everything's like inside the base. I kind of like to, kind of spread out and get some stuff kind of going outside as well. Unfortunately, I think I have to go back in and get the drill because I didn't realize this was all so high right here. Yeah. And maybe what we'll do is, so I kind of want to tie into that line, but we've kind of got all this stuff. I kind of like to, I don't know, put the tank out over here in case we ever like push out on the wall or something. Or we're not moving a whole bunch of stuff around. All right, let's go grab, actually, we can just go in this airlock. And I should potentially depressurize the base while we do this. Oh, now we're going to have to wait for it to pressurize. Oh. I really wish you could like overwrite these from the outside. Yeah. Anyway, we shall see. We could just pile some stuff outside here. I should probably make a, I don't know, furnace. It's almost worth it to grab a, oh, yeah, let's not hit I. I should actually lock my helmet. Thank you. Oh, I keep hitting tab. Yeah, I did jump on a Hellion a little bit early on today, just so I could kind of get stuff cleaned up and whatnot. And there is a decay in Hellion, so even if you're not online, the station will like kind of start to deteriorate, and you gotta fix stuff. So since we haven't been on in a couple days, I haven't been like playing anything. Like I said, I kind of just slept a lot, but. Cycle to interior. Yeah, cycle to interior. Thank you. You're gonna do it? Come on. What is it? The airlock? Oh. All right. Do we not have our both? Oh, exterior. Yeah, interior. Interior. Yeah, interior. Oh, now you decide to run. Okay. Glitchy airlocks. Are you depressurizing? You're depressurizing. I don't want you to depressurize. Cycle to interior. Thank you. All right. Very nice. And I'm tempted just to depressurize the whole entire base since I don't know what we're going to have to open up really at this point. Which would give us the benefit of getting rid of all the contamination. All right, we're going to cancel. That's about equalized with the base at this point. All right, let's go grab the drill and see if we can get some stuff done. I don't know if we. I don't think we have anything in those tanks. Drill. Wish you could open the bags up without the tool belts. Oh, we have some volatiles in there. Doesn't really help us too much. Since, too bad it's not oxides. Oh, let's go change this battery. We're not going to kill it, but Might as well. I really wish I'd stop hitting, oh, oh, and Butterfingers today. Small battery. Thank you. Nuclear battery in there's probably a little bit of overkill. The drill battery lasts quite a long time. I'm really happy with actually how long it lasts. Unlike some games that like just immediately drains. Yeah, so this is the tank that we're going to replace and stick outside with a large tank. All right, let this depressurize now. At least this one goes faster than the other one. Oh. Oh, I should mention that I saw a couple of, there's a couple upcoming games that are in the whole sci-fi space survival open world kind of, Stationeers, Space Engineers, Empiron sort of thing. Um, one of them's, which I don't know if I'll actually be interested in or not, looks kind of interesting, is there's a, oh, what is it? It's like astronaut mechanic or space mechanic or something like that. Seems really in line with like um, the car mechanic sort of games. So, and there's a bike mechanic one, and kind of like those. But I don't know. I mean, it's kind of neat because you're like repairing spaceships and stuff, but satellites and space stations and stuff. And I guess it's got some kind of open world stuff, but it's the whole pull apart systems and stuff. So I don't think it's so much on the building, but I don't know. I'm gonna have to check it out a little bit when there's some more information on it. But definitely worth at least taking a glance at, I guess. And there's another one coming out that I saw, which is it's like Genesis 1, I think. Hey, Tommy. Um, which looks pretty good. It's base building, pretty decent graphics. I think it's kind of, but it's actually got like circuit boards in it, so you put them on a workbench, kind of like what I'm hoping the devs will do with Stationeers, and you can actually build and repair circuits, um, and then vehicles and kind of like habitats and whatnot. Look like they're kind of like modular, but looks like you can place equipment and stuff inside of them. Um, but yeah, seems that one I'm definitely gonna try to keep my eye on. Um, and then there was another one too. Oh, one of them's an MMO, but it's what do we want to call it? Uh, it's Star's End is what it's called. That one I'm not so sure on. Um, the graphics on it look kind of like dated, and I don't know. But it's an early access sort of alpha, um, closed alpha sort of thing. I mean, you can apply and join the alpha, but uh, it might have potential. I don't know. But it's same thing as you can basically you're on a alien planet basically as a colonist. It's kind of woken up from a what do we want to call it? Cryogenic, sleep from like a generation ship. And I'm gonna go ahead and make a little walkway to get around here. And then what we'll do is later on is do some stairs down. And that way we can kind of tie this in. And kind of, oh yeah, and we can kind of clear this up a little bit more. So I don't plan on changing this airlock, so I feel pretty safe about coming off kind of the side of this. I was thinking about at some point we're gonna have to make like a landing pad or something for whenever we have like ships. Um, just don't know if I mean, I don't think there's not really any. You don't really get like any crushing damage or anything in the game, so you know, I guess we'd probably be pretty safe making something we can land land a ship on. I don't think it's going to be like Space Engineers where you get like thruster damage. At least it doesn't seem like it at this point. Maybe later on. Okay, so this will give us a little. Let's see if we do a large tank. That'll be a 2x2. So we'll probably want this a little bit bigger. And what we might do, I think, is let me see if we can. Where did I put? There we go. I think, and I kind of want this a little bit farther out too. And I kind of want to do that. Maybe we'll do. And we'll do something like that. And then we'll come out this way a little bit. Yeah, and then we'll have those three in front to have stairs coming down. And because we can have like the tank over here, I want to keep enough room around it. And then maybe we'll have like tank over here and the smeltery over here. Something like that. And I think this should be more than enough space. I mean, we don't need to make anything crowded, obviously. We got a whole entire world. Yeah, from looking at the size of the base. Which, every time I look at the base, I'm still like, I want some angled blocks. I want some decorative blocks. And obviously, I mean, I guess those aren't really that high of a priority since they're, basically more cosmetic and aesthetic items. But it would be nice. All right, here we go. So, yeah, we're going to go grab a tank. Yeah, I'm so tempted just to depressurize the base because I can see we're going to be running in and out a bit. I don't mind usually using the airlock. All right. And I think what we'll do is we'll throw some guardrails around like here and then have the stairs come down. Maybe we'll actually just have the stairs. Maybe we'll just do like 2 and have the stairs come down right here. That might work. Something like that. And we'll do a little bit more clean up real quick. Just so we don't have orange blocks. I should check. I never checked to see if it actually digs on the other side of the block. Oh. Yeah, let me guess. I just put a... Oh, no, I didn't put a big divot there. Oh, nah, I put one there. Yeah, I'm really hoping they'll add like a fill tool at some point. Of course, then it'll probably make it so that, every time we mine, we're pulling up rock. But who knows? Maybe we'll get concrete one of these days. I doubt it. Who knows? That I could see that being a mod. That wouldn't actually be bad. You can mix like some underground bases with like, concrete style. Kind of like a bunker. Kind of like how bases would really be made in Mars, most likely. It'll be interesting to see when they do the radiation. If, once they get that implemented, if like iron walls or frames or, steel walls, steel frames, if there's a difference in like the radiation reduction. All right, there we go. That gives us a nice little working area. So we'll get back inside here. Actually, you know what we're going to do? We're just going to drop the drill off here because we may need that. Anything else? We could... You know what? Let's drop some other stuff off too. We're going to need pipes out here, definitely. So we'll drop some of those off. We shouldn't need any more frames, though. So I think we'll take the frames back inside. I want to clear out some space so we can bring out, like, the smeltery and... Oh, hey, yeah. I had something kill me like that once. A little physics thing that bounces off, and I was, what was that? Tossing something in the airlock one day, and unfortunately off camera, and yeah, it bounced me off the. I don't know what it was. It was like a 4 grade or something. I was pulling up to work on the circuitry in there or something, and yeah, bounced it off and slammed me back, and I think it did actually. Well, it didn't kill me. It came really close. Tore my suit up really bad. All right, that should be close. All right. I'm kind of thinking about putting a filter in there when we replace this. Um, the old one actually worked pretty good. If we can get it to, what do we? Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah, I would use a wrench to pull, or a drill to pull up a, or a cordless screwdriver, whatever we want to call it, to pull up a furnace. All right, so we can change that from a T-junction to a regular straight pipe. Oh, and of course, atmospherics crash. Yes, why wouldn't they? Really hoping they'll fix that. I should see if it happens on as often on a new world. I have a feeling it's the amount of network. Okay. And that can come right out. And we had no power. Yeah, that's pretty much it for that. Except for we've got the input bin on the other side. Oh, well that makes, let me guess. All right, hang on, let me clear that out, because that gets really annoying. All right, and was that exactly 10, or did we actually just drop some on the ground? Hey, Kelvin, how you doing tonight? All right, we shouldn't need any more frames or sheets, so I'm going to go ahead and drop those in there. I say that, and watch, we'll need some. All right, so that's good there. Okay, no, we actually didn't drop any in the ground, so that's just actually where we turned out at. All right. Yeah, we're still charging up during the day, too. Not much. I haven't streamed the last couple days. My wife was kind enough to give me her cold. So I basically missed a day and a half of work, slept a lot, and haven't really done anything in game at all. So you haven't really missed anything. So far, this episode is basically going to move this smeltery out of here. I don't like it being inside the base anymore because it has a tendency to, if we overload it, it just dumps stuff on the ground, and then it either contaminates the base or floods the battery room. So, oh, we should make we need a tank kit. Actually, we need 5 tank kits. So we're going to move the smeltery outside, and then I want to put the big tank out there. Let me see. Oh, we got, let's grab that as well. We don't need a locker. Yeah. And I'm not sure if I really want the chutes right now or not. And let's kind of somewhat try to clean this up. All right, tank kit, yes, we're going to want it in here. So we need 5 of those. And then we'll still get 1 back, but I don't want to disconnect what we have. We got wiring. What else am I thinking of that we need? Oh, look, did he finally die? Oh, he's unconscious. Oh, autosave. Oh, that's not ever any fun. Oh, we're running out of steel. We should have more steel. 34. Oh, we may have, oh, you know what? I think I dumped it all into here when I was making up frames. Yeah. We still are getting kind of low on steel, though. We're going to have to be making some here soon. Iron. Throw the copper back in there. But I burned through a ton of it, making up all the, I made up a whole bunch of frames and sheets and stuff. And preps to get the, for expanding the base. Because coming up here pretty soon, I think I do want to redo the, that's going to be so weird. Yeah. Is there anything else we need to dump out or bring? I can't think. Oh, I want to make one more stairs because we'll probably need two for the distance. I don't know. Watch, I'll make another one. We only need one. Stairs, which I believe should just be iron. At least that's all they should be. I can't imagine anything else you need. Stairs. Iron. Really? Really? We don't have enough iron in there. We got 500 in there. There we go. This is going to be the removing the smeltery for the ices. And putting in, in conjunction with that, putting in the large tank for the oh, why aren't you splitting? Is it too big of a stack? Will it not split? Oh, strange. That's all right. We'll just stick it in there. Oh, that reminds me, we should grab some wall sections if we've got them. Yeah, so I'm tired of when we run that, it has a tendency to contaminate the base or flood the battery room if we're doing water. So I want to stick it outside, and then and because we basically we're out of O2. In the last episode, when the base basically the airlock leaked, then we lost a lot of the oxygen. No, oh, it's the ores. That's right. Yeah, you can only split ores in your hand. Yeah, that always gets me. I don't usually try to do it very often, but yeah, which makes no sense. You can stack ores. You can split ores in your hand, but you can't split ingots. It doesn't really make that much sense. You know what? Maybe we'll put some lights out here too. Are you depressurizing? You're supposed to do. Oh, that's right. Atmospherics crashed a minute ago. All right, hang on. All right. I'm gonna have to do an intermission because oh, hey, unexpected. Because when the atmospherics crash, I can't go back to the main menu. It'll crash the client. I have to exit out and then because either way, it's going to basically, it's either, I either try to go back to the main menu, it'll crash the client, and then I have to reload, or I just have to exit out. Um, oh, okay, there we go. Overwrite. That's where I did the autosave. Nice. I think I'll actually keep that one. That's kind of funny because I can pull the screenshot off of that. All right. So, yeah, stupid atmospherics. All right. So I'm gonna do a quick restart of the client so we can get our atmospherics working again, and I'll be right back. Okay. Oh, I should put my mic down. I don't know why I did a be right back thing, and it doesn't take that long to restart up the game. But I was thinking we could go top off my coffee while it was restarting, but I ended up having a pretty full cup, so. Yeah, and that's weird. I do get some weird, okay, there we go. Now look, now we're depressurizing. Very nice. All right, come on. Go out there and get some stuff done. Oh, yeah, there must be a keybind for that. I keep looking over in OBS the desktop audio, so the game audio is keeps being muted. So I think there's a keybind that it's using that's similar to whatever's used in Stationeers, because it's the only thing that seems to be happening in it. Okay, close enough. Yeah. And then what I'll probably do is we get this all set up before the next episode. I'll go do a mining run and grab a whole bunch of ice and. Really? No. No, don't pressurize. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Anyway. All right. So, uh, yeah, we might put some lights out here. Not that I think we're going to be out here all the time, but, you know, it's a nice little looks thing. We don't got a lot of aesthetics that we can do. All right, so now either, let's see, stairs, either here or there. I kind of like it over there. It's not lined up with the door, though, which kind of annoying. Oh, you know what? We could just do two. Yeah, we could just do that. Hey, look at that. That'll work. Finally, I don't have to keep jumping in and out of there anymore. There we go. Very nice. If you want, that's fine. Have a good night, Tommy. Thanks for stopping by. All right. So, oh my God, really? I only made 4 tank kits, not 5. Yeah, need more tank kits. Yes. All right. You know what? I'm just going to end up depressurizing the base. Yes. Yep. We are running it. It's just such a low KPA that the CO2 is not bad. We get, 4.67. It's actually not keeping up with the greenhouse. But if it runs, it's definitely offsetting it quite a bit, because we are slowly dropping. Um, but it does, we do get a decent, it's a nice trickle, which we could put in another filter and, basically be getting double. Um, O2 and nitrogen, that's a very, 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 very slow trickle. You know, I mean, an hour or two, we can get in like an MPA in this, but we get like 20 kPa in this. So, but it's still generating. So, that's not a bad thing. All right. So what I'm going to do is turn off the intakes or the outputs and let it drain out the base. And we'll get it depressurized. And I'm going to still do work on that circuit. I'm not happy with the still not happy with the way that filtration system's running. And for some reason, this one puts out so much. There is some kind of weird thing, and there was a bug report in for that. The amount of something about the amount of pipes they're connected to, or something. I don't know. It's some weird pipe network issue, but some of them will output, even if they're on the same system, they'll output a lot more air or pull in a lot more air than um, other vents on the system. All right, I think that's all of our. Did we get the one here? All right, so now it'll depressurize the base. And we got to grab one more tank kit because I was an idiot and made 4 and not 5. Oh, so I'm hoping now that it remembers. So hopefully it'll remember what the last thing we built was too between saves. We'll see if they did that as well, because that would be nice. All right. We should pretty much hopefully be empty by the next time we come in. And then hopefully we can actually build some stuff now instead of running in and out repeatedly. And we're going to call that good. All right, sunlight. I just noticed that that would not work in real life. Oh, I guess if you had walls on it, it would, because it builds it out farther. Hey, big tank, what do you know? All right, so, and I'm thinking maybe we'll just stick the big tank over here, because we're going to want to tie into the pipes over there. And honestly, I can't think of anything else right now we're going to want to put out here. Oh, actually, we want the big tank to tie in there as well. Actually, yeah, we want the big tank before. And then we'll run the smeltery on the other side. Let's try about there. That'll work. Yeah, that gives us a little bit of room, so if we need to run stuff. So what we'll do is we'll tee off, come over to there. That'll tie in for our system. And then we can put the smeltery right here. And maybe what we'll do too is put another. Yeah, we'll put it over here, and then that way. You know what? We might just go ahead and move this over one more. I want to leave a space up so we can have some well, we probably don't need stairs there, but I'm going to have an opening over there, because if we come up from the other side, I guess it doesn't really matter. We could walk around. want to do this? I guess I want to put it up a little bit higher. Probably don't need to. Actually, we don't need to because we're not going to be pulling anything out of it. We could actually stick it down like that. I don't know. We'll stick it like that. Since, you know, they magically float. All right. So I'm going to grab some pipes. Let me see. So we're going to need a T here. Which one is I always forget. Input, output. Okay. All we need is an output. We don't need an input. And one of these days, thank you. Oh, you know what? We should have grabbed some grating to put out here. So we can cover all of the plumbing mess that we're going to have. Now, I'm just going to throw the basic kind of what we had before in. But I do want to look at doing some automation on this. And hopefully, maybe we'll tie it into the chute system. Well, we had it in the chute system. And setting it up so we basically can't overfill it. And what it'll... Oh, you freaked me out. I didn't even see that you logged in. And yeah, we'll do some automation and get it so that hopefully it doesn't, you know, we'll set it up, I think, we'll pull off and set it up to read the inventory. And then if we dump in, the problem is it was overloading the chutes. And then shooting, and then spitting it out. So we're going to need to, you know, have it know if there's something in the inventory. I don't know. Maybe we'll do it. Well, we can't do a conveyor belt because it can't be sitting out. I don't know. We'll have to look into it. All right. We'll just run this right above the ground. Right like that. And I do want to set up... I guess we can pull right off the tank. And I want to set up a logic circuit on a valve for the tank so that it will... Oh, you know what? We might not want to set this up this way. Well, we can start, but I think we're going to make a change to this already. And there we go. Oh, shoot, wrong one. Come on, T, T, T. There we go. All right. So what I want to do is I want to have... So we're going to run a second line. We might just run it right next to this one. So we're going to run a second line. Come up and over on this side. And we'll have our volume pump, I think, here to pump into the tank. And then this volume pump is going to stay off unless the tank temperature gets down or is less than... Yeah, we'll do like less than like 20 degrees Celsius. Because that way now when we run the furnace, this can bleed off. And maybe what we'll do is we'll put some more radiators on here before it returns it to the system. And then that way, you know, we've got this big tank and it can just sit there and cool. The only thing we're gonna have to watch on is that the anything that runs through the system basically is going to come through this tank. So like if we run the furnace and then depressurize the base, and this is like at 500 degrees, we're not going to get any of the atmosphere back for the base until this cools off and pumps it through. I mean, and we can put an override on it, I guess. So if we want to go ahead and push it in, then that would work. Yeah, and I think what we're going to do is instead of, yeah, we've got room back here because we'll have probably fence there, and we'll run like here. So this is going to be an intake line, and then the other side's going to be an output. And then that tank can just act to cool off any gases. And then when we dump in from the furnace, it'll dump right into this as well. And I don't really like, those are kind of, I guess it's not really floating, it is kind of right on the ground. All right, so and then what we'll do is we'll just pull up this section, because there's actually nothing on, yeah, these should all be straight sections of pipe, so nothing should tie in, yeah, because it should be back in there where it ties in. And maybe when we put the bypass valve in, we could put it in right here. But I gotta think about that one, see exactly where I want to put that. And I wish that was one, oh, if we come one more, we could have just come straight out the wall. But not really a biggie. And what we can do is we'll just run some radiators. That way cool off before the tank as much as we can still. Hey, well, you can throw it right in this smeltery. Just don't hit the activation button, because it can go ahead and dump into this tank. And there's the atmospherics just crashed, so it's not going to smelt. Okay. Yep, that's what we're going to want, just like that. Yeah. All right, and then what we'll do is we'll put a volume pump on this side, so it'll pull everything in from either here or here. Yeah, and then we'll do another one here that's tied into, that's activated with the circuit, that's pulling off of the temperature off the tank. Yeah, and then we'll just set it so that it's, we might put an override in. I don't think we'd ever hit 60 MPa, but yeah, we probably wouldn't. All right. Yeah, yeah, that would work. Yeah, you can go ahead and just mine it for now. And maybe we'll get, I think we got an extra locker, so maybe we'll stick a locker out here. There's 3 belts inside the inside the Oh, where all the machineries are, the machinery room. All right. Hey, this is good. We'll let our. Oh, I already did. Yeah, the base was depressurized anyway. Um, oh yeah, if it wasn't crashed, shoot. I was gonna say that'd be a good way to fill up our CO2 because it could just run and pull in from the base air. I'd pull in the atmosphere. We could have. Yeah, we could do that, but I don't want to do that. We could have actually done that now that I think about it with the way that the system is set up. Is we could have just put an active vent out there. We didn't actually have to do a filter. But the drawback to that would be is we wouldn't be able to control them separately. I mean, we get such a low amount, it probably doesn't really matter. But we could just put an active vent on the outside and just have it pull in, and then it would just run it through the system. But I kind of like the setup better because now we actually have it controlled and automated, and we can differentiate between which gases we need. If for some reason we fill up the CO2, it can still fill up the other ones. Yeah, there's a locker, and we need some. No, let me see. We're gonna need a. Oh, we're gonna need some volume pumps. And yeah, I think we're gonna need a couple volume pumps. I don't think we'll need a pipe analyzer. We probably will. Actually, I'm gonna use a digital valve and not a volume pump because we already have a volume pump farther down the line that's reading the pressure and kicking in. So we don't need to add, otherwise we would have two volume pumps for no apparent reason. Um, and then we can do we'll definitely need one before. And maybe we will hook that up to a pipe analyzer just so it doesn't run all the time. That way, if we're not running anything through. Oh, there we go. All right, I think that'll work. And at some point, I should make more radiators, but I think I'm going to go smelt some stuff up first. Wow, that friggin' thing's honking huge, isn't it? I mean, I knew it was pretty big, but. Is he still alive? Or is his body decomposing now? Yeah. Oh, more stuff to recycle. I wish they just make the whole. I mean, I guess I can kind of see the point of not losing your suit. Yeah, he's already gone on mine. Okay, so we're gonna want. I guess we can just do it right there. And let's. We don't need a whole state. Oh, actually, you know what? First of all, let's. We'll stick the locker right there. There, that way. Now, if we're building stuff outside, because we're gonna be doing some circuitry and whatnot over here too. All right. Yeah, I kind of like this. Might have to paint the guardrails different colors. I don't know. All right. And you know what? Let's get some of this stuff. We're gonna need it eventually, but not right now. And you know what's gonna happen in like 2 episodes? I'm gonna be like, "Where's all those steel plates at?" All right. So we can put volume pump there and volume pump there, or digital valve there. Yeah, that'll work. So digital valve, and we can turn that around. Doesn't matter. And digital pump. Yeah, I don't know why they don't have variants of that, but that'll work. And then we're gonna have pipe analyzer there. And then what we'll do is we'll have a circuit later on that's if there's anything in this pipe, it kicks on this pump. Pumps it into here, and then this one will be on the circuit that if it detects there is, if it's below 20 degrees Celsius, it'll open up this valve and let it go through the system. And then everything should basically be pretty pre-cooled when it comes through. As soon as we dump in from the furnace, it'll basically shut off this valve and let it sit in this tank until it cools off. And there should actually be probably some stuff in here because the base has been, So as we can see, now it'll be interesting to see how fast it cools off. Yeah, I've never checked to see. Oh, well, atmospherics has crashed too, so that's not going to tell us anything. And all right. Let me see. So, yeah, we should, oh, there is actually stuff in there. Yeah, and that would be the basic system. And then that'll tie in. It'll run through. And I think I might leave this small tank here just so in case that valve opens up when it tries to equalize. Yeah, I think we're going to want to put an override on that. I don't know. We'll see. I can't really see it dumping out enough pressure to be an issue. If anything, this is going to be the weak point. If this is really, really hot for some reason and really, really full in volume-wise, then, that pipe right there could potentially blow. But fortunately, there's not any way around that because you can't connect these directly to the tanks. So there's always going to be a weak link like that. But no, actually, we could move the valve over one and have a pipe analyzer right there as well. And then, because it's going to be the same pressure, and then you just do, like, if it's 59 MPa, it opens up the valve and lets it bleed it off into the system. Yeah, but I don't see us ever actually really getting that high. Unless for some reason everything is shut down and it just constantly is pumping into there. And then we could leave this one because this is where it comes through the wall. And this is the one that lets the filters kick in if it detects there's anything in this line. So we probably shouldn't really need that, but I guess it doesn't hurt to have it there as an extra reserve. Yeah. We'll probably leave it for now. Oh, this is so nice. We can come out and, like, not walk off of a cliff now. I think maybe I might still put like a light up there and like a light over here or something so we can kind of light this up. Now I want to do... Well, I guess we can add some wiring to this real quick because we're going to need to do that. And we're going to need to tie this into the base, obviously, since we're going to need power. running to these. And these should be able to stay along the same circuit, really. And then we can just build the circuit for that. That'll need a circuit. So yeah, now we have plenty of space in here to put a circuit down underneath the floor. And we're gonna want this, which maybe we'll go this way, because we'll need another circuit, which we could, well, I guess we could just run one big giant circuit down through here. They can be tied together. I don't see a reason. It's nothing that should need like a batch writer or, you know, having to, not like when we ran into the filters and had to keep them separated. I really wish they'd put a data port on the bottom, you know, because the whole cable popping down. Oh, we got to come one over too. Really? Really? Yes. Which, yeah, that's not going to work on that side now. If we're going to come one off, then we're going to come right in over that pipe, which means we can't put a corner there. All right. You know what we can do, actually? We can do it this way. Come on, right there. We'll just go right over the pipe. And then I still might have to change this later on. Oh, I think we got an autosave. Yeah. And, oh. There we go. Still waiting for a crouch. All right. There, at least the pipes are run with each other. It still looks dumb, but anyway. We don't really get a choice in that one. And we'll just come right over. All right, and then that way we can tie all the circuitry in up here. That should work pretty good. Corner. All right. So to tie in. So now we've got to just get power going from somewhere. Which I don't want to pull off the airlock. And we could run it, obviously, I guess, obviously, with the rest of the filtration room. So I'll probably just pull through the wall real quick. We should. We might have. We get the radiator. I think I want to say. I think there's a line that's running somewhere in between here. I'm not 100% positive though. Or I run it off the furnace room, which doesn't really have anything else on it, so probably would not be a bad idea to do that either. And where did I put my wrench? Yeah, no power. Ah, power. Waste pressure. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we can tie right in off of that. That's fine. I have to go grab some more. Except, is there... Oh, look. Oh, no, okay, that's the, yeah, that's the tank. Oh, there would be, yeah, I think we'll just, tie in right off of here, because we can run up underneath this wall. Otherwise, we're going to have to run a wire across the ground as it is. Oh, very nice. Thank you. We actually have this open. I'm considering on just moving that pipe in the wall, but it's not that big of a deal. Oh, let's go grab some more cabling. Definitely gonna need that. And run. You know, I never checked with the atmospherics crash. If the machines still draw power or not. Oops, caps lock's on. All right. So, yeah, what we can do is we'll just run. What data port is that? Oh, that's the memory. Okay, yeah. I was going to say, why is there an unused data port? We'll run this down the outside of the wall, I think. That way, if we need to tie in off of something else, we can easily enough. I do like that we have the, since we have the wall sections there, then technically we could pull this open with the base pressurized and not lose pressure. But, you know, I could see doing that and having it, you know, obviously be the one section that, you know, does not have a piece of wall on it. Oop, that's, well, no, actually that's right. And we'll tie that up right there. All right. And we should be able to change that to a junction. Ah, very nice. Ah, there we go. So go ahead and turn that up, turn it off, turn that on. Actually, let's just go ahead and leave that on. It'll pump anything into that tank once the atmospherics kick on. Hey, Boney. All right, and then we can just go ahead and close that up. All right. Oh, yeah, I can't weld because the atmospherics crashed. Now watch, I'll log in and the welder will be running in my pocket. It'll be awesome. All right. So, yeah, so we're going to set this to run based on this, and then this to run based on the temperature in there. So we would need a reader, a writer, a compare, and a reader, probably same thing on that one actually. All right. Let's see. I don't think we have any logic chips made up right now. Switching to memory. Memory we're going to need. Yeah, that looks like that is it. I shouldn't make a big stack of chips again. Who knows? We use enough of them. Data beacon. Come on. Logic. Thank you. So reader, writer, reader, writer. So we need at least 4 of those. 2 processors for compares. I think that's really, and then we need the memory. I think that's it. And we'll get this wired up real quick. And then that will probably be the end of the episode, because we are hitting an hour right now. And I can't go too much longer because I've got work tomorrow. And I'm trying to get over this cold. But I did not want to go too many days without having a stream. Okay, and logic processors. Yeah, I think we should just be able to do 2 of those. All right. How much wiring do we have? We should probably grab some more. I'm doing circuits. You can never have enough wiring. All right. So much stuff all over the place. Radiator was doing pretty good. And that was running good. Kind of flicks on and off, but it's keeping it down there. No, I think I was doing this section when it crashed. Because it crashed once before, I think when I was pulling up, and then we reloaded, and I think it crashed when I was when I tied this into here. I can't remember exactly. All right, so, but it seems random. I mean, as far as I can tell at this point is pretty much any time I open up, anytime I basically change anything on the pipes, it ends up crashing. Let's see, we're going to need a writer, which will stick right there, guys. I'm trying to keep these separated so we know which one's doing what. Relatively easy, and then we need enough room to hopefully do some automation on that later on. Yeah, I don't know. It seems like you know, it used to not crash, and it's been since they've done this stuff for the Mars atmospherics, but I don't know if that is the sole cause or if it's because we just have so many pipe networks now. Okay, and we're going to want logic compare, I do believe, on this one. Stick there, and I'm pretty sure we're going to want a logic compare on that one. And then just a math. And a math. Let's do something like that. That. Oh, look at the sunrise. It could be a possibility. I've never paid attention enough to, because it's kind of completely random, or I haven't ever noticed if I'm just laying a straight section, if it crashes, or if it's it could be too that if you have a network and you split it apart. Yeah, I'll have to keep an eye on it, I guess, and see. Let me see. So we'll do that. And we'll loop that around. And a four-way. Oh, oh. Turn that junction. Oh, we don't need that there. Cable corner and cable corner. Okay, and I'm just glad you know the 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 networks don't crash. That would be a pain. How much wiring we do. Yeah, we're gonna want to do a junction there. Junction there. What? Where? What? Oh, that should be everything. No, that's... Oh. You're right. I missed those. There we go. Oh, there we go. All right. Very nice. Looks like a big pile of spaghetti. All right. So this one is... you know what? We could so cheat. Haha. All right. Should still label these, but anyway. So, logic reader, you're going to read the analyzer. Pipe analyzer. And you're going to read pressure. And you're going to compare. No other. Oh, oh. Yeah, almost missed that one too. Okay. There we go. Logic reader, yes. And you're going to be is greater than the memory unit. And we're going to set the memory unit to... we don't really care. Just anything, yeah, 300. And that will let that run. And if it's greater than unit, so we're going to do logic compare. This is going to go out to the volume pump. And on. All right. Now, this one's going to be a bit of a pain. Yeah. Because we've got to have this line connected. at least from the beginning. So read is going to be tank, large tank, and temperature. And you are going to compare min-max only reads a value of the two values. It doesn't actually give you a return on that. As far as I understand, the min-max basically will tell you what the high is and what the low is. So it won't let you set a min-max range. It's reading you. It'll tell you what your low range is and what your high range is. At least from what I read on them. I wish it worked like that. If it did, that would be awesome because you could do that, you know, for a lot of systems. But instead, that's where you have to do you have to set up memory chips so you can read a low and a high range. Which, with a name of min-max, you think that would be, you know, what it would do. What are we comparing? We're going to compare logic reader. Okay, so we're going to break this. And we're going to read logic reader is less than yeah, because we're not going to be able to heat it up. Yeah. See, this is where a min-max would be great too, because I could set it to, you know, not, we can do less than, not equals, equals, greater, less. I think we want to set less than logic memory. Yes. And now we're going to set the logic memory to, now the question is this going to read yeah, you would have to set another one, and then you would have to do compares, and then you would have to do a select, and have it select which one, based on if it's above or below. So that is something, you know, and I need to do that on some of the other systems too. But we're not going to mess with that now because it significantly increases the size of the. Yeah, yeah, something along that lines. That, or you could do two compares, and then you could do a select off of the compares, because the select will give you a 0 and a 1. So if 0, do this. If 1, do this. You know, or you could do two of them and then have them have that. Yeah, that would be an option too, I think. And let me see. What do we want to do? I'm assuming. Wait a minute. What are we reading on this one? We're reading the tank pressure. Large tank. Or no, we're reading tank temperature. I can't remember if the tank temperature is read in Celsius or Kelvin. Obviously, in here, it gives us in Celsius. I don't know if the data, I'm assuming that it's Celsius. Or is the display just showing in Celsius? So if we set this to I have a feeling that it's probably going to read in. Well, the easy way to do it would be is read what that is and then set this to be slightly above and then see if it kicks off or not. So if we'll say we want it to be, oh, actually, I think we want to be logic reader is less than logic memory. So logic memory is, yeah, probably it is. Most everything else is. So we wanted it. Oh, I think 293. We're gonna let it. We're gonna want it to not. We want it to be not hot, basically. So we're gonna have it drop down until it hits like 20 degrees, and that's pre-chilled before it comes through the rest of the system. And yeah, that's why I set it to 29.20. Yeah, I'm not gonna worry about having it exactly. There we go. Because the ACs are gonna kick in the rest of it anyway. But that basically should get it so that it can just run and hopefully be good to go. Now, question is where did I cut that these? Oh, right there. I didn't do the writer though, did I? No. Okay. So we want to say, and we can actually cut that right there. So logic compare is out to digital valve. Should just be on. All right. All right, we can turn those on, turn those on, turn those on. Now, let's see. Okay, that's at 14.3. So yes, it's less than 20, so the valve should be kicked on. And if we decrease this, oh, I don't know if it's going to care because it's maybe it does read in Celsius. No, this one writes to the oh, that I'm looking at the wrong one. Yeah, that one writes to this. Yeah, no, this one's writing to the volume pump. This one's writing to the digital valve. I just was looking at the digital valve and going, oh, it's still on. Yeah, so that's reading. Yeah, it's reading in Kelvin. All right. So that should do it then. So that should let that run. Um, and then now all we got to do is drop gases in. It'll come through. Volume pump is going to pull anything in. As once it detects there's anything in the system, it'll pull it through, store it in there. If it's hotter than 20 degrees or thereabouts Celsius, it'll sit in the tank until it cools off, and then it'll kick the valve on and let it go through the system. And we'll just have to see how fast that takes to cool off. And if we need to, what we'll do is we'll move this valve, digital valve, down here, and we can run a radiator circuit if we need extra cooling. No, because the tank, these tanks are so large it takes forever to get pressure built up in there. Yeah, yeah, that's the tank side. Yeah, my thought is later on is we can add an override in. If we put a pipe analyzer before where this digital valve is, move the digital valve over one, then we can do an override that, like, if it hits 59 MPa, it opens this digital valve. But I don't think we would ever, honestly, under normal operation, get to that high in a large tank. Yeah, so probably not something we need to worry about right now. But we might add it in later on, just to, if we completely run out of things to do, we can start adding in all kinds of stuff like that. Um, and I think that's going to be pretty much it for this episode. Now, next episode, I think I'd like to do some type of automation with this. So whether or not it's, well, for one, I don't want to have to be filling it up here. Because for one, those things are a pain in the butt because they got that delay on there while it counts. So we'll probably at least have a chute come over here, and maybe we'll actually run it down here so we can fill it up a bit. I don't know. Maybe we'll do a conveyor or something. I don't know. I like to get it though so we can basically just fill it up and then let it dump in automatically. Um, and what we'll do is we can set that up so that it reads off of this if there's anything in the inventory. Um, we should be able to set it so that if there's nothing in the inventory, then it pulls, and we got an autosave. There we go. It'll pull in or open it up so stuff can go get put in. Um, yeah, it's just a matter of it's going to be is how are we going to store it? Is it going to be conveyor? I don't want to do conveyor because then we're sitting, we might have things evaporate. We'll probably do a chute and then drop in and have an intake, and then we should never use the output or the the input. And I'm going to test that though because I had problems with water coming out, and I don't know if it was coming out of the bottom or if I threw too much ice in and it was shooting out of the chutes as they will do if it's kind of overloaded. Um, so I'm gonna do some testing with that because then if so, we're gonna have to do something. Um, but I would imagine it's probably an overload and then melting thing. Uh, yeah, actually, that may have been a passive vent issue because we accidentally had a passive vent down there that was before the volume pump. So, or yeah, there's a volume pump down on that side. So I think it was basically back running through the system because it was flooding down here. And I have a sneaky suspicion that the water was actually pouring out of this passive vent before this pump was on here. And that was what was causing it to flood, which thankfully it only happened once, but, and then I had to take that vent and run it down and set it on the floor so it could pull in all the water and then get it back into the system. But, yes. So, we'll have to do some double checking with that, though. But I sneaky suspicion that was what the issue was, not the actual furnace itself. All right, so we should be pretty much set to go as soon as, load up the world again, atmospherics kick in. And we're going to have to obviously seal all this stuff up and whatnot. But some progress made. That should give us hopefully a nice little way to fill stuff up or smelt ices without contaminating the base. It kind of was nice to have the fill station in there. Yes, I did build a couple of fire extinguishers and threw them around. I believe there's one. Yeah, I've got one in this locker, one in that locker. I'm probably not gonna. I should actually probably put one out in that locker, just because sometimes things do spontaneously combust in those smelters. Um, oh, that's kind of funny. I had no idea he was here. I cannot use a. I can't really. Hey, there we go. See, now we can just sit here and have tea and stare at each other awkwardly as we look at the helmets outside. Yes, helmets. I wish they had a suit stand. Well, I'm sure somebody will come out with a mod for it. Suit stands that don't look like just looks like somebody standing there. All right. Yes. Well, we're gonna call it good for this episode, and we'll plan on doing um, a stream or two tomorrow. Um, we'll carry on with this, um, and then get some O2, get that oxide processed, get some stuff back into the system, and see how well this works and cools off. Um, yeah, getting this button back up, and then like I said, do that some type of ore or ice drop off system, and hopefully just let it auto feed. I'd like to just dump it all in and let it go, but I don't know. We'll see. Um, even if we have to snake a whole bunch of chutes or something underground and back up or something, I don't know. Maybe do something like that. And then we still got to do something with returns and the filtration. Um, we've got to get these separated on the separate circuit, which is going to be not so much fun to run. So, and now that we've got the base depressurized, now might be the time to do it. I think I mentioned before I was tempted to run those in the ceiling, since there's nothing up there, because obviously we would be snaking around quite a bit of wiring at this point in some of these rooms especially. So, all right. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed it. This is Mickey D, and I will see you in episode 83. Have a good night.